Hey everyone, so it's almost the end of March, which means it's time to share my March favorites and fails. I'm so glad that you still enjoy these videos. I filmed one in January and February, and I just got really good feedback. Honestly, I still like filming them because I think it's just a good way for me to share updates on everything I used that month and share the standout products and then also products that didn't work for me. In these videos, I do include mostly makeup, but sometimes a hair product, sometimes skincare, which I do have. I'll save those for the end of the video. But I did test out some new makeup products this month, so I wanted to share some updates and then also some products that aren't new launches that I've been using fairly regularly as well. So just kind of a bunch of things I've been loving during the month and then also some big fails as well that I don't recommend trying. So let's start with the updates. So a few weeks ago, I filmed a video testing viral hyped up makeup products. Some of them were brand new launches, some were just a little bit newer. So I wanted to share some updates on those products. I went back and forth on trying this product for such a long time. And honestly, I felt like it was just getting so much hype on social media that it almost like turned me off a little bit. You know how when a product is so hyped up, you just automatically feel like a little bit skeptical. Like, I don't know if it's going to be that good. But I finally decided to pick this one up just because, you know, I have been into powder highlighter a little bit more. I feel like it's because every brand is launching powder highlighter. And because of that, I've kind of gone through my collection and reworn a lot of them. So anyway, I grabbed the Rare Beauty highlighter. I got the shade Auxiliary. I'm so glad I picked this up. I have worn it every single day since I tested it out for the first time. I don't want to overhype this product because it is a powder highlighter. And if you have powder highlighters in your collection, you probably have something that does a really good job. But the reason why I like this formula so much is because it is incredibly lightweight. I feel like a lot of the powder highlighters I have are almost a little bit thicker. So when you apply them to the skin, they look a little bit heavy, they enhance texture. That's really not the case with this one. I mean, all highlighters will enhance texture to an extent because you're bringing a lot of light to that area on your face. But this looks incredibly smooth. I like this because, you know, a lot of videos I've seen where people are applying this, it looks so intense. But you can definitely go in with a very light hand and apply this and it looks really natural on the skin. Every time I wear this and I go outside and I see my makeup in natural light, or in the car mirror, I'm just amazed at how good it looks. It really does look smooth, very glass-like, very, very beautiful. In fact, I am planning on picking up another shade during the Sephora VIB sale. I really want the pink-toned one, but these are always out of stock. So I will say I definitely understand the hype surrounding this product, the fact that it has gone viral and it's constantly sold out. It is a really gorgeous formula, and I do think I like it better than the Becca formula, which I feel like is saying so much because that's been my favorite since like 2016. Also, sometimes I'll take a highlighter brush or just like a tapered brush and lightly tap this on my eyes as eyeshadow. It looks so, so good. I don't have it on today. I have something a little bit different, but I do have it in the inner corners and I think it can be really beautiful there too. I did try 2 different blush formulas, so I wanted to share some updates. I don't know that I'm considering this to be like a complete fail, but I am considering it to be not worth the price tag. This is from Charlotte Tilbury. It is the Pillow Talk Matte Beauty Blush Wand. So I used this in my video, the shade Pillow Talk. It was a little bit of a disaster. It erased like all of the foundation underneath. It was very, very subtle, so I went in with more and then it was a little bit too much. If you want to see it in action, I'll link that video below. But I didn't want to completely write it off at that point because it could have been the products I used underneath or the application method. Instead, I've been using these products a little bit differently. So today I'm wearing the shade Peach Pop. It's very subtle on the cheeks. That is one thing I will say about this formula. It's not, you know, a very vibrant formula. You can build them up to some extent, but because I experience like so much of my foundation lifting under this product, I feel like I do have to go in with a lighter, softer layer or it just disturbs all of my makeup. So applying this product directly to the cheeks is not ideal for me. I'll actually just apply it to the back of my hand and then take a brush and like stipple it like this and then apply it to my cheeks. I don't use this brush, but I do use a Real Techniques blush brush. That's so good. I can't remember the name of it right now. It's like a tapered cheek brush. I'll link it below, but I usually use that for liquid blush or for cream blush. It just applies the perfect amount of product. So, you know, $42 is a lot for this product. I personally love the Rare Beauty blushes. I prefer that formula to this one. I don't experience any lifting or my foundation moving around. I feel like it blends out faster and it holds its color throughout the day. Whereas these look very subtle once you blend them out and then they fade throughout the day as well. So for me, that's just a fail. I want my blush to stay in place, especially if I was going to spend $42 on a blush. Like I said, I got these in the mail as PR, but if I had spent my money on them, them, I would feel buyer's remorse. The other blush formula I tested out this month is this one from Too Faced. I also got these in the mail as PR, which again, Too Faced doesn't usually send me PR, so I don't know what happened this month, but I thought I would try them out because they sounded nice. I tried something else from the collection that was not good, which I'll share in a second, but these are the Cloud Crush Blurring Blushes. So in my video, I tried out the shade Candy Clouds, which isn't really like my go-to shade, but this color is so trendy right now. It's like that bright baby doll pink. If I am wearing more of a pink makeup look, I feel like this goes. And honestly, this is more flattering on the skin than I thought it was going to be. Like, it adds a really pretty brightness to the face, which is nice. But the standout, or what stands out about this product isn't the color, it's the formula. So I do have another shade. I also have Velvet Crush. I've been wearing this one a little bit more often. I feel like this kind of goes with more of my day-to-day makeup looks. This is such a smooth blush. It actually gives your skin like this visible blur. This is the most smoothing matte blush I've ever tried. It looks so, so good on the skin. It blends into the skin like butter. It looks amazing. I'm really, really impressed by the quality. It's buttery, it's creamy, it's blurring, it's really, really nice. So I'm impressed by these. Honestly, I didn't expect them to really wow me, especially after trying this one in the video, but I've been using them a lot. I think these look better on the skin than Charlotte Tilbury. If you want a matte finish and you don't like a liquid formula, you might like this one. Like I said, I did try a product that I did not like from Matte Collection. It was this one. This is the worst eyeshadow palette I've tried in a really long time. It's the Too Faced Pinker Times the Head palette. So they didn't launch this too long ago, but it's already on sale. I don't know if it's selling like so poorly that they had to discount it, or if, you know, they were planning on discounting it after a certain amount of time anyway. I don't recommend picking this up even at the discounted price. When I first saw this formula, it reminded me a lot of the Too Faced Natural Nudes palette, the one that has like half mattes, half shimmers. The shimmers in there are really nice. They're not for everyone, but they're a little bit thicker. So I feel like on my eyes, they look really smooth and they're just really pretty. And when I looked at these in the pan, I thought it was going to be the same formula. It's weird because this one is. I have this one on the eyes. I just have like two matte shadows from a random ColourPop palette and then this one all over the eyes. And it looks really pretty, very even, very, very smooth. But this is like the only shimmer in the palette that actually looks good on my eyes. The rest of them are really underwhelming. They lack pigment, they look patchy, they're uneven, they're not good. And the matte shadows are fine, they're blendable and smooth, but you know, for a high-end palette, I just expected a lot better. One last update from that video, and then I'll share updates on the other products I tested out in an upcoming speed reviews video. I just need to test them a little bit longer. But I've been using the Glossier Boy Brow every single day since testing it out. I mean, I uploaded that video maybe like 2 weeks ago, and I filmed it a few days before that. So for most of the month of March, I've been using this. I love this brow gel so much. I'm so glad I finally tried it after years and years. And a lot of my go-to brow gels are like a little bit more of a dry formula with fibers in them because I do like that fluffy textured look. But this one has really, really good hold. Ever since I started using a brow serum and my brows have gotten a little bit thicker, I do feel like I could use something a little stronger to hold them into place. And this locks them into place. It also has really good pigment and I believe it also has fibers in it. Yeah, it does. So it just makes your brows look really thick, very, very full, but they stay in place all day long. So my brows today are kind of bold. I feel like I don't love them today. I just couldn't get them to work with me. But if I'm not wearing a lot of makeup, I'll scrape off like the majority of this product on the side because since it's pretty new, it's still very, very wet. So I'll just have like a minimal amount of the product on the brush and really work this into the brows. And it looks really, really natural, but it makes my brows look really thick and full at the same time. But better, like thicker, more dramatic, the hold is stronger. So if you want something a little bit more intense than the e.l.f. Wow Brow Gel, I think you'll like this one. I definitely want to try more products from the brand. After trying this, I'm really impressed by it. I just reapplied my lip gloss because I feel like I've been talking a lot. I haven't worn these very much over the last month. I kind of put them away because I was wearing them like every single day and I wanted to enjoy some other products, but I do feel like they're going to be such a spring staple. I'm wearing the Yummy Gloss in the shade My Straw Booty. Okay, I wanted to share two different powders I've been using. I think I started using these back in February, but I don't know that I used them long enough to share them in my February favorites and fails. So now that I've been using them for well over a month, I wanted to let you know what they are. The first one is from Huda Beauty. I've had this in my collection for a little while, and I just hadn't gotten around to testing it out because I was making my way through a few other powders. I'm so glad I tried this, and I wish that I hadn't waited so long because it is a gorgeous formula, and I'm glad I like this because I feel like I've tried a lot of Huda Beauty products, and other than her eyeshadow palettes, her other products don't typically work that well for me. But this powder is beautiful. This is the Easy Bake Loose Baking and Setting Powder, and I have the shade Pound Cake. So I love using this to set my under eyes. I like using it with like a big fluffy brush to set the rest of my face. It's great as a touch-up powder. It really is like a nice mattifying powder, but it still looks really natural on the skin. And I feel like it gives my skin a really pretty smooth finish. For under my eyes, I'll usually just use like one of those triangular puffs and really press it in. And then for the rest of my face, I'll take like a very large fluffy brush, like something like this one from Sigma. I also like this line. This is the Sigma Kristen Dominique line. It's really, really nice, but this is the setting powder brush, and I'll just gently tap it on the rest of my face. I think it does a really good job of setting cream products into place without erasing like the really pretty finish that cream products typically give. I also think cream products layer nicely on top of this. I try to do like most of my creams before I go in with a powder, but if I end up wanting to go in with like a powder highlight or layer a little extra, you can without it looking heavy or cakey. This is a really beautiful powder. I do feel like it gets a lot of hype, and I'm glad I finally tried it because I've been loving it. The other powder I've been loving is this one from Bare Minerals. It is the Original Mineral Veil. This looks really pretty as a finishing powder. I think I've like subconsciously avoided Bare Minerals for, I don't know, like the last 15 years because I tried them back when I was a teenager. And I was pretty young. Like I feel like I wasn't really even wearing a lot of makeup at the time, but I tried their, I don't know if they had like a 3-step complexion routine. There was something that they were so famous for. Remember all of those like late night infomercials where they would apply the powders and like tap them and buff them in? Whenever that was like really popular, I tried those products. And I don't know if I had like an allergic reaction or what, but my skin was just so itchy and so uncomfortable. So ever since then, I feel like I've been like hesitant to try out their powders. But anyway, I finally tried this one out and it looks amazing on the skin. It's very soft, really, really natural. Typically, I will use it as like a full finishing powder. I'll usually set the areas of my face that tend to get oily, like my T-zone, and sometimes I'll skip the rest of my face and just go in with this, and it's very soft, really natural on the skin. It kind of reminds me of the LYS setting powder I like so much, but I feel like it just gives your skin like this pretty blurred finish. It's great as a touch-up powder. It's not the most intense mattifying powder I've ever tried, but I feel like I almost prefer that, again, especially when I'm wearing cream products because it looks a little more natural on the skin. So I've been enjoying it a lot. I'm curious to try some of their other complexion products. I feel like, I don't know if they've changed the ingredients or my skin type has changed, but I'm not quite as nervous that I'm going to have any kind of reaction. Speaking of a reaction, I did have a pretty bad reaction to a new eye cream I tested out. And I do have more of like a sensitive eye area, so I have to be careful which products I use. But I thought I was fine because I love the moisturizer, or like the corresponding moisturizer to this product. This is from Naturim. It is the Multi-Peptide Eye Cream. Honestly, I like the texture of this product. It feels really good. So I thought it was really going to be like a new go-to for me. It has a very smooth texture. It's not overly hydrating, but it's also not like too lightweight. It's very smooth on the skin. But when I used this product, like the next morning, my entire eye area was so dried out. I do take eye cream like up on my brow bone, but I feel like naturally, like sometimes it kind of gets in the crease area, and my whole eye area, like where I didn't even think I applied the product, was red and dry, and it was peeling. It was like that for like 2 weeks straight. I didn't really wear eye makeup very much during the month of March because I had such a reaction to this product. And it's really strange to me because, like I said, I do love the moisturizer from this line. This is their Multi-Peptide Moisturizer. I feel like it reminds me a lot of the Drunk Elephant, what is that one called? The Protini Polypeptide Cream. I haven't looked closely at the ingredients to see if they are the same or not, but this feels very, very similar to that, and I feel like it does give my skin like that smooth look as well. So I've used this, and I do think it is a really nice option, but the eye cream, I just had a reaction. I actually went online to read the reviews on Target's website, and I think I read like 3 other reviews from people saying they had the exact same experience. It also had good reviews too. So I'm not saying you'll have a really bad experience with it. I'm just saying if you have sensitive eyes or under eyes or sensitive skin, just be careful and maybe skip over this. I don't know what the ingredient is that's causing that issue, but because other people had that issue as well, I do feel like there is something in here that can cause sensitivity if you're prone to it. Anyway, let me share a few other skincare products I've been loving. I love this product so much, especially with spring here and summer right around the corner. It is the Versed Buff It Out AHA Exfoliating Body Scrub. I usually get my Versed products from Target, but I don't think this product is at Target, at least not yet. It's amazing. If you're looking for a really good body exfoliator, definitely try this one out. It's a chemical and physical exfoliator, which is definitely my favorite when it comes to body exfoliators because it does make your skin look and feel super smooth, really bright. I noticed the biggest difference when I use this on my arms because my arms have been so dry. It just leaves them feeling super smooth for days. I usually use this, I mean, they say you can use it like 1 to 3 times a week. I feel like you don't need to even do that. I usually use it like once every 10 days. I guess ideally I might do it like once a week, especially when summer comes. And you know, I am wearing like short sleeves more and shorts and things like that, but it really does leave my skin feeling smooth, looking smooth. And I like the actual consistency of this product. Like some body scrubs are a little bit too thick or they're overly abrasive. This one is not thin, but it comes out of the bottle really easily and it spreads really nicely. So you don't have to use a ton of product. It's great. And I also like the packaging, like you just twist it open and, you know, squirt it into your hand and then you can twist it closed. It's perfect. So I've been loving this a lot. I've really been loving the Fenty Skin Total Cleanser. This is lasting me forever. So we've been traveling a lot over the last few months. Like we've gone out of town every month since December, usually somewhere warmer. I wanted to do a lot of my traveling during like the first 3 months of the year because spring and summer and fall where we live in the Northeast, it's so beautiful. The weather is perfect. And I don't really want to go somewhere warm during the summer when it's like beautiful and warm where we live. I feel like that's an option for us because we have a toddler. I mean, he's not in school yet, so we're not worried about schedules and things like that. So anyway, we plan on being home like most of the year, like spring through fall. So where was I going with that? Oh, because we've been traveling, I feel like I was trying to keep my skincare more minimal. And I like this product because it does work as a makeup remover, but also a cleanser. Usually I'll go in with like a cleansing balm or a micellar water for my eye makeup. But even if I don't use that on like the rest of my face, this actually takes my makeup off and then I'll usually go in a second time and cleanse my skin. It's the perfect texture. It's a little bit thicker. So I said this on Instagram, like it just feels substantial when you're applying it to the skin. And my skin is left feeling so soft, really smooth, really clean, and I just enjoy it. I can use it at night or the morning. It's perfect if my skin's a little bit more oily or dry. The only con about this product is it's kind of hard to remove. It's the same packaging as the Versed product where you twist it to open it and then you have to squeeze it to get the product out. I will sit there and like squeeze this product as hard as I can for a few seconds before it even starts to come out at all. I don't know if I have like weak grip strength. I mean, that could be the case, but I even had my husband Brady do it the other day too, just to see like, is it just me? And it still took a really long time to get the cleanser out. So if you are someone who has like arthritis in your hands or you have weak grip strength or products like that are difficult for you, that's just something I wanted to point out. I would avoid it for that reason, but the actual formula is really nice. There is a hair product I wanted to talk about. So I'm still using the Coco and Eve hair mask that I talked about in my February favorites, and that's really made such a difference for me. I feel like that's why my hair looks kind of bad today because I used it yesterday, and it does have a tendency to weigh your hair down a little bit, as will any deep conditioner, and I use that product from like the roots to the ends to really saturate my hair, and it makes my hair feel so soft. So I've been using that like once a week, but in addition to that, I've been using this product from Amika. It is the Dream Routine Overnight Hydration Treatment. I actually got this in a FabFitFun box, and it's so, so good. So I guess I've been using it for a few months at this point. They say to use it as like an overnight treatment, but for me personally, I'll just use it after I wash my hair before I actually blow dry my hair. I've used it as an overnight treatment and it works well that way too, but I like to apply it on wet hair and just kind of really work it in. I usually won't apply this to like my roots. I'll usually do it from like the ear down, and I feel like it just makes my hair feel super smooth. It infuses it with hydration, and I've just been working on kind of repairing my hair after using some bad products on it earlier this year and then last year as well. So if you are looking for products that are really hydrating, really nourishing, I definitely recommend this product from Amika, but also that Coco and Eve hair mask. That has been a game changer for me. I'll link it below. I talked about it last month if you want like a more in-depth review, but it's so good. Okay, the last thing I wanted to share is actually, I guess, a makeup product. I should have talked about this a little bit earlier, but I finally picked up the LA Girl Pro Color Foundation Mixing Pigment in white. I have the blue one, which helps to neutralize like overly yellow toned foundations, and I've used that one a lot, and finally I grabbed this one. I did my foundation declutter, and a lot of the foundations I own are just a little bit too dark, so I've been mixing this in, and it has made such a difference. I can rewear a lot of my foundations again. I was on Ulta's website, and it looks like they don't have these in stock. I think they had one shade left, and I don't remember which one, but I went over to the LA Girl website, and they have all four. They have the white one, the yellow one, the blue one, and then also like a deep orange one if you want to warm up or darken your foundation. But I just wanted to give you an update. So now I've tried the white one and the blue one. They're both great. I feel like this texture, is it different than the blue one? I feel like the blue one almost has like a little bit of a gel texture to it, and the white one kind of has like, it feels like a foundation, like a thicker cream formula to it. This is a very smooth, silky formula. I feel like it works perfectly with my foundation. So I've been enjoying this a lot. So that's everything I wanted to share with you in today's video. All of the products that I loved and hated during the month of March. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know in the comments below if there are any videos you want to see on my channel during the month of April. I know the Sephora VIB sale is right around the corner, so I do plan on sharing some recommendations for that, maybe a wish list, because there are products that I do plan on trying. And then some more declutter videos coming your way, a couple of like spring makeup looks. But if there's anything else you want to see, let me know, and I'll see you very soon with a new video. Bye.